After a day of navigating our way through the hustle and bustle of the iconic Intracoastal Waterway, we had landed in Lake Boca, Florida, and we're preparing for a few busy weeks filled with boat projects and catching up with family. But our first order of business would be to give a hand to our pals Bill and Grace from Calico Skies with a pretty dirty job. So what's going on? You're,
Racors.
You've clogged how many Racors?
I think I went through 13.
13?
North Carolina. I brought 20 on board. I'm down to 3, so maybe it's actually 17.
Oh, jeez. Hi, good morning. Afternoon.
Coming to save the day?
Let's sort this out.
Yeah.
I'm feeling invigorated.
I like that energy.
Let's get into it. This is the story of Delos, a sailboat adventurizing around the world for the past 10 years. And now, we embark on our greatest adventure of all. Come join us as we take to the high seas and travel the world with the newest member of our crew. If you enjoy Delos videos, please subscribe. It's a great way to support our channel. Let's get started on something.
Yeah, what do you think we should do here?
Let's look at your fuel tank. Where is it?
In here.
All right. What was that?
This is how you do in a 36-footer, kiddos.
You got your fuel tank. Okay, so there's your heater.
That's my water.
Oh, there's your electric scooters. Everybody's got to have those on their 36-footer.
You know, it wouldn't be the Beverly Hills without it.
Yeah, I guess.
Water maker, refrigerator compressor.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-filters.
Yeah. Okay.
Life raft. That's easily accessible, right?
Yep.
That'd be out.
Got it. You're gonna need the scooters before you need the life raft. Spare anchor. All right, I'll let you get in there.
Get in the hole. Spent a lot of time in here.
Yeah. Is this your office?
This is where I do my best work.
Alright, so that comes out. Okay, let's do it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's pump this tank out. I brought some jugs over. We're gonna clean this thing out so we can see what kind of nastiness is in your tank. Oh yeah!
Get at it.
Oh!
Jesus.
Oh, hey! Okay, hold on. What's that? What if we cut a pretty big access hatch like this?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And then you basically do the same thing. Drill some holes, and then we'll cut like a piece of starboard bigger, and then we'll suck all this shit out of there from here to here. Oh, dang it! Like that. Go like that. Like that. Yeah. Okay. Start a drill. Oh, there it went. Oh, look at all that crap.
Whoa. Clean your diesel tanks, kids.
Ooh, there's a big thing of sludge right here.
Yeah.
What is that? It looks like a turd. Oh, gross. Look at that thing.
It's a floater. Well, I don't know.
It's a sinker.
Oh my god. That's
Grace.
Want to see some
Oh,
turds?
look at this.
Oh, what is it? Ah! What does it feel like?
Like a turd.
What is it though?
You have a little more
It's-
experience with that than us, I guess.
Yeah, I'm touching a lot of turds
A lot of
lately.
turds these days.
Okay, let's commence Operation Vacuum Suck. Oh, there it goes. Is that all the fuel?
That was it.
Get that big cake out of there. I want to see what that thing is. Oh, jeez.
Oh, what is that? Oh, yeah.
When we started, this whole thing was black.
And
That was on the...
goes through.
That's the fuel pickup. So if this thing was clogged, then there's no fuel even getting to your fuel.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's looking pretty clean in there.
Yeah. Ooh, got a little bit of dust in there now.
Sparkly.
Yeah, a lot of carb cleaner.
Nice. All right. That times 16. Yeah, get it. All right, don't mess this up. You got one. Oh, you got to line up that hole with this one.
Which
by
one?
the way,
Which hole did I drill through?
it was the one that the screw is in. Oh, we took the screw out.
Yeah.
I think flip it this way. Got it lined up?
Yep.
I think it'll work pretty good. Okay, put it back in. Done.
Wow.
Done and done.
That's part of the project, right?
You like beer from the Ukraine?
Of course I do.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Thanks for all your help. That was huge.
Fuel's back in.
Yeah, what do you think? She starts or doesn't start?
I think she'll kick over.
Yeah, I think I'll kick over.
And then it might go blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
but then ultimately it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, smooth. Where's your vacuum gauge on your Raycor?
Inside there.
We should take a look at that.
I'm gonna go into the engine room.
Okay.
This is my second office. Spent a lot of time in here.
Hey, the engine's right there in your living room.
Yeah.
Is this normal, standard operating procedure? Yeah.
Yeah, everything's showing 0.
0?
That's normal?
There's no vacuum.
Is that good?
That's good.
Oh, I've been showing vacuum the entire time.
Really? Because if it's showing vacuum, that means there's restricted flow, right?
The 0 is good.
It's part of the cruiser's code to lend a hand to each other's boats whenever you can, and luckily, this one was a pretty straightforward fix. Now that Calico Skies was all sorted out, we decided to move Delos out of Lake Boca the next day and onto a dock so we could get cracking on our ever-growing list of things to fix on our own boat.
We're at it again, huh?
That's it. The last stretch. This is awesome. Stop though. Lake Boca is cool.
Meadow Park Bridge.
Meadow Park. This is sailing vessel Delos northbound, looking for your next opening. Over.
Meadow Park, Captain. I can open the bridge for you at 1 o'clock.
Copy that. We'll be standing by. Thank you.
We only have 2 bridges today, huh?
2 bridges. That's it. It's nothing.
And cross our fingers, hold our thumbs, we can get in there, huh?
I think we will. I mean, I measured it in the paddleboard, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tight squeeze.
Oh my god, it's really tight in here.
Okay, we made it.
Thanks, guys.
And in usual Delos fashion, we've run aground about 2 feet off the dock.
For the 3rd time.
You're almost made it. I mean, yeah, I know, we're close. When the tide comes up a little bit more, and then we'll just pull ourselves in, or I can bow thrust or something. So we've got John and Heather, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been talking to you guys for like ever.
Yeah, it's been a while,
For a
long
long
time.
time.
We first met. In,
Yeah.
That was
2017?
I don't remember. That was a good party though.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the dock space, guys.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Great to have you in our backyard.
Great to be
Hang
here.
out.
Oh, who's
Awesome.
calling?
We felt super lucky to be able to post up at John and Heather's place because we had some pretty big jobs to take care of that would be so much easier being tied to a dock. As we made our way further and further south, we were pretty close to being ready to head overseas again. So this would be our final push to get Delos ready for the next cruising season.
Well, we're at the dock, which means that it's a great opportunity for me to fix some of the stuff that we broke on the trip down the coast. The biggest bummer is probably our pole. What actually happened is this is the ball end, and this fits in the mast just like this. And when the sheet got caught on it, it literally ripped this part out of the pole when the sail filled, and it launched the whole pole off the side in pretty deep water at about 2 a.m. when we were rounding Cape Fear. So we have 2 of them. This is the one for the port side. So this part fits in the mast and clips in there and goes out like that. And then the big pole attaches on that end right there, and that's what articulates out. Amel has some of the pieces, not all of the pieces, and they're not cheap. So this goes on the small pole. They didn't have one of these, so I need to have that machined up. They had this part, and it had this sleeve for the big pole, and so I need to basically source some metal to have a new one of these machined up. And then I need to buy a new small pole piece because I was able to order a new one of these from Amel. And probably the most difficult part is I need to find a replacement for this pole. I have this end ordered, so I just need to make sure that the outside diameter of this fits this. And then, oh geez, that's not even the worst part. Let me show you the other piece that I need to make. This piece in the end, it's like a sort of custom piece for the sheet to go around. It looks like it's been welded. So what I might just do is drill out these rivets, get this piece out, and take it down with some metal and find like an aluminum fabricator. They can get something going. Anyway, it's gonna take some time, and it sucks because it's just stupid, you know? I shouldn't have lost that pole. It should have been tied on better. I shouldn't have depended only on the one end of the mast to hold it in, and obviously the jib sheet getting wrapped around it and throwing it in the ocean is a random occurrence. It's never happened before, but it is what it is. So this is how I get to spend my time now.
As you can imagine, this wasn't going to be a simple job. The first big step would be taking the remaining pole apart so I could use it as a template to duplicate all the parts. Then I'd need to figure out what raw materials I needed, what I could build myself, and what would get machined from scratch. And finally, measuring everything carefully to make sure it would all come together smoothly in the very end.
Ooh, remnants. Aluminum, 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 carbon steel, stainless steel. Ooh, plastics. This is gonna be useful. Okay, we did pretty good. I got some pieces ordered, I think they're the right ones, and I got all this stock. So I got this that I can cut up. I got this that will be machined up. And I got this that I'll need to weld like that. So definitely productive. It's gonna be a lot of work though. What are you doing with my tape measure?
Are you helping Daddy to measure things?
Monster. Oh boy.
How did it go?
Pretty good progress today. I went to this cool like metal warehouse place,
Yeah?
and the big pole that I was most worried about, they have one in their warehouse, and so it should be in their retail shop tomorrow. I bought this, so this is 2.5 inch 6061 aluminum, and I can take this down to a fabricator or a machine shop and have them turn on the lathe like here, and then maybe, because this is all one piece, and then have them mill this flat. This is the most challenging piece to make, I think.
So you would just take that and be like, take this and make it into that.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. That might be expensive to get done because it could be a couple
Yeah.
hours of labor. Yes.
I still had a lot of work ahead of me, but I definitely felt relieved now that I had a plan and the materials to create a carbon copy of our existing whisker pole from scratch. We had a solid 2 weeks of work ahead of finishing the pole, fixing the alternator, installing a new autopilot, a custom spinnaker mount on the bow roller, and even giving the outside of Delos a bit of love and TLC. But luckily, we had a happy distraction on the way that would give us a great excuse to take a little break from our project list. Hello? Hello? Senior Brady, are you there? Yeah,
Is he on his way?
yeah. Okay. Yeah, sounds good, bro. Okay, we'll see you soon. All right, I just talked to Senior Brady.
Sierra would be so mad that you're using her phone without her.
She'd be pissed. It works great, though, by the way. Yeah, I just talked to Brady, and he's actually coming to visit. He's flying in from Tahoe, so we're going to get to see him. It's really very special to be able to spend time with family, and we're going to drive up to Orlando and see my mom. We've had to move her into a long-term care facility, which is super sad, but it'll be nice to see her and see how she's doing. And we're going to get all three of the brothers together, 3 BRs. We got Brian, Brett, and Brady. So that's us. I think we're actually going to head out to Lake Boca as well. Brett's got a little powerboat, so we're going to go meet up with Bill and Grace from Calico Skies and some other friends and do like the whole local Florida weekend chill out in Lake Boca scene, which will be fun. And just drink some beers and kick it.
It's amazing to be close to family. I think that's one thing that I feel is different now when we have Sierra. I feel like it's more important to me that she gets to spend some time with our family. And I guess my family's in Sweden, so that's quite far away. And because of Corona, we can't even go there. So it's been amazing to be here. It's gonna be so great to just like be close for a while and be able to spend some time without having to feel rushed. I feel like we're always here for like a week, and then everybody has to like cram everything into a week. And it's really hectic. So yeah, it's been great.
Oh, look who's here.
It's been about a year, huh, brother?
Senor Amigo.
Good to meet
What's up, buddy?
Vodka orange juice.
Yeah, I see you're rolling in style. Nice.
Will this take my added weight?
I don't know. Let's see.
Is it safe?
Whoa! What's up? Hey, guys!
It feels like it's been forever. I know.
Put fun between your legs. Good to see you, brother.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, we're still filming everything we do.
Oh, still with the camera.
Still with the camera.
What's up, Dallas?
Hi, Donna. One cooler supply, one baby nugget,
One nugget.
one nugget. All right.
Okay.
Lake Boca, here we come.
Are you ready? We made it. What a difference
Look
from when
at
we
all
were
the boats out there.
hundreds of boats.
Jeez.
Let's find Calico Skies and all this madness.
Okay. Is this where the party's at? Hey, Bill.
A little crazy in here.
So this is the entertainment. We sit here, we drink G&Ts, and we just watch people anchoring.
Film entertainment.
Oh look, he's moving. He must have heard us. Don't drop there. It's a terrible spot.
What's up?
Hi!
I heard this is where like YouTubers hang out.
This is it. This is the place. This is our corner.
What's up? How is it today?
Yeah, good.
Busy?
Good.
Nice to meet you. Grace, right?
Put your muscles into it.
There you
go.
Whoa! Good job!
Yeah, they did a 3-2. Hi, Brian.
Hi.
Wow, this is fun, guys. We should do this more often.
I know.
I know.
We went for a little joyride around Lake Boca to get a feel for the weekend scene on the water. And while we might not have gotten as rowdy as these guys, we had a pretty great time catching up with Senor Brady and the rest of the gang.
Conclusion of our South Florida evening.
Yeah. We chill at Delos for a bit.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Does that sound good, Nugget? We go to your house? Yeah? That's okay?
Come on over, guys. Come on over. We're all welcome. Everyone's welcome there. Yeah, so like, come on.
Those your fingers?
Come on over. Come on over.
I feel like we're kind of in the mode to get things done so we can basically leave the country, and I feel like we're doing really well. This has been really good for us to just sit here for a while and get caught up on some stuff and just get some breathing space. Like sailing down the coast was really intense, and I feel like the weather for us here has been absolutely incredible, and just being outside with Sierra, go to the park, like see family, like all of these things I feel have been very important and something that I've missed a lot. So yeah, it's been really great, and I feel like we're doing good. So now it's just a few more things. I don't actually think it's that much because we did so much in Annapolis. And then we can get going. It's exciting. We don't really know where to go yet, but it will be good wherever we go.
It was time to start back at my pole rebuild, and I got the call that the aluminum from the warehouse had arrived and the parts from the machine shop were ready as well. So I headed into town to check on the progress.
It's gonna be our new spinnaker pole. Geez, what is that, 24 feet long? That is a wicked looking machine. I just think the saw is the coolest thing. I got it. Right on, thanks, I appreciate the help. All right, you have a good one, huh? Dad said I could do it. Well, making pretty good progress so far. I got the metal. It was a lot cheaper than I thought. It was only like $142 for this big piece. And when I looked at similar poles online, it was like well over $3,000. So yeah, so that's a good deal. And I got all the other scraps of metal that I need. And I actually found the location of a place here that can coat it. So they recommended either anodizing or powder coating. It looks like for this size, I was having trouble finding somebody that could do anodizing for a 15-foot section. So they're gonna powder coat it. Yeah, it's kind of a fun project to do. I actually enjoy doing stuff like this. It's kind of fun to like think about how you're gonna build it and then source out like the correct raw materials. And then the only thing I wish I had was a lathe. If I had a lathe, my own lathe, like I could literally do all this myself except for the powder coating. That would be a bit much, but okay, off to the fabricator. All right, so that looks beautiful.
Turn down the outside of that one.
Nice.
This is the original.
Yep.
That's the new one.
Okay.
The base for that.
Excellent. Well, I will just go check to make sure everything fits and then give you a shout. Okay.
We'll make it right.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, looks like he did a pretty good job. I'm gonna run on over to the other place now. The place is gonna do the powder coating, put all the pieces together. It ended up being 10 hours of labor to get all these parts machined up, including this one, which turned out beautifully. Look at that. Yeah, 10 hours of labor, $150 an hour, $1,500. All right, off to the powder coater now.
This was as far as I could take the project until the powder coating was finished and the rest of the parts arrived from Amel in France. But I was feeling super confident on the work so far and on track to being cruising downwind with both whisker poles in no time. The only real unknown at this point was the cost, which seemed like it was continually spiraling upward.
Did you get an update?
Yeah, they're actually looking really, really, really good. I think they're doing a fantastic job. I'm a little bit nervous about how much it's going to cost because I know they've been putting in a lot of hours on them. Just the charges for the machine shop to make up the custom ends and stuff came out to about $1,500. And that was for 10 hours of labor. And these guys have been working on it for a little bit longer than that. So we'll see, but I feel good with the progress, and it'll be so nice to have it done. It's going to be a silly, expensive mistake.
Up next, we continue our projects by installing a new autopilot, torturing Sierra with some swimming lessons, and even some backyard metalwork. The big question? How long until the neighbors complain about a liveaboard sailboat in a canal, behaving like they're in a boatyard, and eventually ask us to leave?
Hey! I know you on YouTube. Bye-bye, YouTubies.
We got a first timer over here. William! Did you see that, Nugget?
Why does it smell like poop here?
She's so big.
Wow, look how far ground we are.
We are firmly on the bottom.
What an insane child.
What are you doing in that beer box, Nugs?
Nope, not Daddy's gin. You cannot have gin yet. You also seem to have some sort of a leg hair / pube trap going on here.
That's a good one.
Ew.